As designers, it is our responsibility to create products for the betterment of humanity, and we want to ensure this is done in as a sustainable and transparent way possible. The coronavirus pandemic has caused the disintegration of several important economic and social structures across the entire globe. Tensions between China and America rise over the coming decades until both countries cut off all trade and travel to each other, fearing direct conflict as it would result in mutual destruction. America and China engage in covert warfare, such as cyber attacks and the release of genetically modified diseases onto each other's populations. To reduce the spread of disease outbreaks, the American government has separated individuals into geographically distinct zones based on their disease status. People's disease status is determined using the germ pod system, which is an algorithmic disease management system which segregates people based on three different types of disease statuses: the immune, the at risk, and the untested. The germ pod system would determine and control the lives of people, controlling whether or not they could engage in everyday activities, such as taking public transport or visiting crowded areas. In order to contain continual outbreaks, the government has issued orders for as much as possible to be produced and distributed locally, so that if one area of the nation is suffering from an outbreak, zones can be quarantined and remain economically self-sufficient. In order to aid this process, the ProCycle, named after the combination of the words produce and recycle, was invented. The ProCycle is a self-contained unit which decomposes plastics into their base components, which it uses to manufacture new objects with an inbuilt 3D printer. The ProCycle breaks down plastics using cultures of genetically modified bacteria, which progressively decompose plastic as it seeps down through layers of filters. The ProCycle would then use this decomposed plastic to 3D print new components such as packaging, water bottles, replacement parts, wrenches, chairs, or layers of cling wrap. The smallest ProCycle unit is small enough to be used by individual households, and larger ones could be fitted into supermarkets, where customers can send orders for manufacture online, saving space on stocking items. The impacts of the ProCycle will be positive and broad, affecting economy and environment. The ProCycle will help decentralize manufacturing by spreading it out in the hands of many people. As a result, smaller groups of people can become more self-sufficient with shorter supply chains, allowing them to better bear the brunt of regular lockdowns and quarantines. People classified as at risk or untested can access manufactured goods at home and at cheap costs. This alleviates inequality by empowering poorer people with unfavorable germ pod status to be more self-sufficient and have access to more everyday items. Additionally, the ProCycle will also have positive impacts on the environment by empowering everyday people to recycle and by saving costs on transportation of goods as they can be manufactured locally.